To whom it may concern, I'm writing to inform you of an incident which occurred in your gallery several nights ago. First of all, allow me to congratulate you on your comprehensive retrospective of Ernst last month. It was an unparalleled pleasure to finally see his early, more experimental collages mixed in with his exhilarating, if a little populist, androgynic mid-period and his much-ignored later period. I hate the way artists' less interesting work never gets the appreciation it clearly doesn't deserve. I find it a little like buying a copy of your favourite artist's greatest hits, and just listening to the tracks from the album you know the best. I can truly say I love Ernst now, because I know why I hate him, and it's all down to you. Forgive my digression. My point in writing to you was to draw your attention to the incident I referred to some time ago, around 3 paragraphs ago to be exact. It happened during the opening week of your Charles Guzunatanichi exhibition. Although I largely enjoyed the majority of the work, I took exception to his sculpture, The Shoulders of Giants, whereupon I passed by the said artifact, and as my left leg brushed too close to the bulbous pedestal, it grazed me quite significantly. So much so that I was later forced to administer TCP and a plaster for 2 days before I could allow my sock to rub up against the damaged area, as to avoid discomfort. Please, to avoid angry letters such as mine in future by putting the safety of your patrons first, I hope the matter can be resolved without need to involve authorities. Love, Adam Smudginess, MD.
Dear Dr. Smudginess, thank you for your letter dated the 31st of February and for bringing to our attention this most unfortunate incident. We would like to make it clear that although we thrive on providing a location for artists to display their work unfettered and in their full glory as the artist intended them to be exhibited, we prize the safety and pleasure of the gallery's patrons paramount, as without your patronage there would not be an opportunity for our artists to exhibit their work. Art cannot survive without an audience, and life cannot survive without art. This has always been our motto here at the Gruzmeinhof Gallery. As from this morning, a restrictive rope has been placed around all of Charles Guzunatanichi's sculptures. This is a decision arrived at without the knowledge or consent of the artist. Due to this, we would be grateful if you do ever bump into Mr. Guzunatanichi, please tell him your opinion on his work, but refrain from mentioning the safety lengths we have gone to on behalf of our patrons. On a personal note, I too enjoyed the Ernst exhibition, however find great relevance in his later work. The suggestion of a retrospective was actually my idea. Martin Parmentary suggests I'm wrong. However, if he looks back in his mind, he will remember he suggested a Dada retrospective. I was the one who said, joked actually, that the subject was so vibrant and prolific that we could do an Ernst retrospective and still have too much work and not enough space. There was laughter. This is why it stuck in my head as I went home that night and mentioned to my wife the incident, to which she too was duly amused. You may remember on the opening night some laughter. That was due to a retelling of the joke which I passed on to you in this, the penultimate section of my letter. Finally, I would like to invite you once again to enjoy the exhibition at our expense, and take note of the safety precautions undertaken in response to your previous correspondence. Love, Kenneth Wormington, Co-Assistant Curator.
Dear Mr. Wormington, thank you for your prompt response to my first letter regarding the unfortunate incident which I relate to you. Should you need a refresher as to its specifics, please refer to it. I can wait. I must say that I was relieved to hear about the precautions you now take, and look forward to patronizing you further, which is something I did late last week. I must say the problems are not possible to solve with an attractive but inadequate restrictive rope. Whilst pleasuring myself upon the visage that was the painting Rest in the Glory of the Infidel, I turned, and was accidentally poked in the eye by the sculpture The Shoulders of Giants again. I hadn't been drinking. I have a doctor's note to verify the severity of my injury. Please, could you be sure to rectify this situation by attending to this problem in a manner appropriate to which I have become accustomed to at your establishment. Postscript. On the subject of an audible laugh generated at the excretion of appropriate jesting at the opening of the Gesundheitsnichi exhibition, yes, I do remember it. I found it most amusing to witness so much amusement. You clearly possess a killer wit and a highly talented anecdotalist to stir such a reaction. Thank you for your attention on this matter. I look forward to your swift conclusion. All my love, Adam.
Dearest Adam, it was most pleasurable to hear from you again. I always look forward to your letters. Once again, I must start my letter with an apology. Well, a compliment to be exact. But I follow that compliment with this, an apology. Sorry. You must know that I was prompt in response to your complaint, and yellow hazard tape was placed on all the extremities of all the works. Hopefully now the public will have no problem in spotting possible pitfalls in their tour of our modest establishment. Love and kisses, Ken, Co-Coordinator of Public Safety and Co-Assistant Curator.
My darling Kenny, your interest in the opinions of myself, your humble customer, never ceases to amaze me. It seems that you can never do enough to provide comfort for your clientele. As I was walking past the gallery on my way to work the other day, I noted a half-empty can of Diet Fizzy orange drink. It struck me as unusual that it should be there, as there was no person there to attend to that half-empty can. I quickly deduced that the said can had been abandoned. My instinct was to dispose of it in a bin. Fearing a lesion to the hand area, I thought better of handling the object, and so left it. But I thought it best to draw your attention to it, so should it still be there, a bin, or perhaps a sign instructing people not to abandon their discarded refreshments around the perimeter, would be suitable. I hope you find my suggestion appropriate and helpful. Adam.
My dearest friend, although we have never met, I feel very close to you. I feel your care and attention to the safety and comfort of our patrons rivals even my own. Thank you. It also provides me with gladness that you no longer take the unnecessary route of posting your correspondence with the gallery. I take this as a step closer in our closeness as dear friends, which I hope we will remain for the foreseeable future. In reference to the can, yes, it was still there. I found it, and I must say I was much offended that a passer-by was unable to understand the beauty and elegance that our building possesses, having been designed and built by prize-winning British architects. So unable to appreciate the building's beauty, felt it appropriate to vandalise the look of the structure in such a reckless and offensive way. My response to this needless negligence was to put up a large sign. Please do not drop litter here. Thank you. Which would hopefully have drawn the matter to a close. Or so I thought. The saddest of all news is that this morning, when I arrived at work, I got out of my car only to see a crisp packet floating in the wind, stuck to an animal dropping. My response was only as it could be. I made another sign to go below the sign that I had previously placed upon our perimeter wall. It was shorter and simply said, "No dumping." My hope is that now with this second, more simple and direct instruction, the matter will now not need to go any further. My only true confidant. Thank you for your continuing friendship, Kenny.